shining through the dark.
I just want to talk about the psychology of change, and you say, why don't people change when they find something that they're doing isn't working? Oftentimes it's a resistance to changing that. Why is that? I just had a thought there, a memory. I used to live in a house share with 12 guys years ago when I was a much younger guy, and there was a group of brothers that lived in the house, and they had a less than perfect upbringing. The story being that the mother had psychological issues and the father was a bit of a boozer and all that. But the thing about it was that they had less than desirable traits and habits hygienically and communally within the house. And I remember one of the brothers, one of the things that he used to do was when he'd shave, he'd actually leave the shavings around the inside of the sink. And I remember I said it to him one time. I said, "Mike, can you just clean that up? I'm not your mother and I'm not your maid." I said, that's your shavings mixed with soap along the inside of the sink. Don't leave it to me to clean that up. Could you clean it up, please? And I mean, he just got pissed off with me, you know? So the point I'm trying to make in about this particular subject is that when people are confronted with a behavior in the real world which is at odds with other people of a different upbringing. So it's like, this is the crux when it comes to sharing a life with somebody as partners. This is the crux when it comes to sharing space with somebody, be it whatever, friendship, lovers, husband and wife, whatever, you know? People coming from a different sphere of background, of behavior. The problem there is that in order to change, of course the person can change, anybody can change. In order to change, that person has to admit to themselves, they have to admit that their behavior is coming from a background in which they were given a less than ideal upbringing by their parents. And they have to admit that to themselves. And they have to face that pain. They have to admit to it in order to change it. And so most people, they won't admit that they have had a less than ideal upbringing. Most people won't admit that they come from a background of desolation emotionally, and they won't admit that their folks were uninterested, that their folks were unkempt, that their folks were problematic in the way that they approached hygiene for their children and for their surroundings. And so to admit that is to face the pain of that. And most people, rather than face that pain, will actually just continue to be at odds with the world, to be at odds with the people around them. And that's the subject of this particular talk. Thank you for listening. Bye.